What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
I checked it with Gwen Barrett and with Gary Hoffman, and we want you to know that this appearance at midday today, you can do anything you want. I don't want you to feel restricted. If there's anything they wouldn't let you do on NBC, we'll let you do it here.
Thank you.
Would the lady in the blue dress please come forward?
The television thing, you know, a lot of people said it was canceled, and the show wasn't canceled. You know, we only did 4 shows, and that was our intent because it's hard work trying to do something and people telling you can't.
It must be tough, you know, looking over your shoulder like
and they lie. Grown men lie to you, to your face.
Like what? Can you give me an example?
Well, we'll fix that. It's not our fault. And I'll be right back. I'll be with you Wednesday. We'll talk about it. And then they'll go to somebody else. Fix it. You know, make sure that doesn't get on, okay? Don't tell him I said so.
Right? And then they look you in the face, and I want to hit them in the face, you know? And you can't do that because the court, they sue you now. You know?
Yeah, that's this new thing.
Yeah, it's $60,000 for a left hook. It's not worth it.
No. Well,
and plus, you might get dusted, too, and it's very embarrassing. You know, you don't always win them fights when you be hit.
No.
It's very embarrassing to have an old white man whoop you at NBC. All through the halls.
So how'd you leave it with these characters?
Well, I left it like I went. I left everything intact, said so long, and thank you very much, and see you at the Bank of America.
Do you think that based on your experiences on television that you'll get back into it? I mean, if the money is right, would you go back? Or?
It's not about that. It's mostly about what I really want to do is just do the show. I have to do some specials. So what I'm going to do is do the specials and give it to them, and they can do with them what they want.
Yeah. Well, what kind of stuff are they giving you the most trouble about in terms of censorship? Nudity or
like
lying?
waking up.
Just getting out of bed in the morning?
They just have it in their minds that they want to hire somebody, but they don't want any communication made. You know, they want to like make you into something. I don't know. It's like, I guess it goes into white homes. They're worried about that a lot.
What are they? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Gwen Barrett, our associate producer, or sometime producer, is black. You know, and Carmen Matias is Hispanic.
You have to be colored to be on television. You can't,
yeah, colored.
Yes, you can't be black. You have to have a little colored in there. Just a taste.
Tad.
Yeah, just to keep it interesting for America.
Yeah. Well, she said, and we were talking about your humor, that your humor offends white people, and I'm not that easily offended. Like, I'm not coming from a spot where Richard Pryor is going to offend me. I think you have humor that makes us see a lot of the truth and laugh at things we wouldn't normally laugh at. I think that's part of what you're doing. I think so. What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other. And people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy people. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right. Absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
eating. The system levels them.
Pretty soon it's all gone.
Is that what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. We'll be back right after this. Here's
Okay.
a good guy, Richard Pryor. Don't go away.
You can have it. They made a mistake. They made a mistake because I don't drink. I'm on the wagon. I don't drink, so that's a mistake. Yeah, that's what they like to do. Get niggas drunk so they can sell them. I live in New York. What am I doing in Mississippi? You got drunk, nigga. Two things in black people's genes. You don't drink, you don't get drunk, and you don't fall asleep. If a nigga falls asleep, he will get sold. Well, hey, I'm glad to be here in Hollywood, but I just want to say out loud, I'm not Hollywood. I'm neighborhood. I have to stay neighborhood. I cannot be I'm neighborhood. I'm neighborhood. No, it's the end of the world. It is the end of the world. Kiss all this shit goodbye. It is the end. If you have any sensitivity, kiss all of it goodbye. It's everybody's lost their goddamn mind. Everybody has went crazy. Everybody has went fucking crazy. The weapons of mass destruction. That's why we're going. They found a fucking firecracker. Not a firecracker. We don't attack countries that have weapons of mass destruction. Bow and arrows are rocks. Put the rock down, we'll be there in 5 minutes. The Koreans, the North Koreans prove that. They have nuclear weapons and they talk big shit. Don't start no shit, it won't be none. They started naming the places they bombed. Los Angeles, New York, they didn't give a fuck. And America will cut you off if you don't cooperate. They said, cut us off, and we will consider it an act of war. We got a long ways away from them. Eat your rice, we'll talk about it later. Weapons of mass destruction. I'm so sure they have them. I'm so sure. Yeah, you and your daddy, because you got the receipt. Listen, I'm telling you, kiss this shit goodbye. The shit is crazy. It's gotten out of hand. It's gotten fucking out. They done all went fucking crazy. And that fucking TV, that tube, that TV, that's another demon. It never goes off. It never goes off. Back in the day, when I was coming up, TV had dignity. It went off. Good night. It had dignity. Now it's like some prostitute in Las Vegas. It's all night. And if you try to turn it off, you touch it, it'll talk. Get your fucking hands off me. Go pay for this fucking cable. Get back here. The movie of the minute's coming on. TV lies. TV says it has ratings. It has no ratings. You ever watch TV? You ever watch a soap opera? Everybody's fucking everybody. Nobody's anybody's real mama. One man's his own father. There are no ratings. They put anything they want to on TV. Do you remember Oz? A hit. Niggas in jail raping each other, committing crimes, stealing, robbing, but they're in jail. White folks, Sopranos, doing the same thing, but they're at home. TV's very interesting. It's the end, though. It is the fucking end. Kiss all of it goodbye. Everybody then went stone-ass crazy. Funny, this thing about the Da Vinci Code, it's fiction. But the only thing dangerous about it is film is very dangerous. People believe what they see. I'm going to take you back. The Exorcist. People believe what they fucking see. You had to get a ticket to go to the church. Church was crowded, overpacked. No, it's real. This is real. Psycho. They didn't take showers for about 2 years. Jaws, the beaches were empty. People believe what they see. If you say Exorcist didn't scare you, you full of shit. That was a terrifying movie. My late friend, Richard Pryor, we were at a party, and the congresswoman said, Paul, Richard, you want to go over here to Westwood? We're going to see this movie, The Exorcist. We know nothing about the book, none of that shit. It's just VIP, we want to hang out. VIP, yeah! We ran over with this Congress lady. We sat right in the front, VIP. The little movie came on. This is for real. We just sitting there, listening. You know how it came on. They were up in the mountains and stuff. No. Then they go to New York. Ouija board. Interesting. Ouija board. Then the priest comes in the house and the little girl's in the hallway and the little girl pees. We go, what kind of nasty motherfucker? This is a porno? What kind of shit is this? Because we never seen nobody pee in a movie. What kind of porno bullshit is this? This little bitch peeing. You know? Then the shit started.
Baby, why you do this to me?
Holy cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the power and the Holy Spirit.
Now, Richard and I are at the exit in the back. That shit scared the shit out of us. I'm not lying. That shit was fucking scary. You believe what you see. My passion for me, there's not enough money, it's not enough in it. They're not taking my fucking passion to who I am. Fuck that. I'm keeping my passion, I'm keeping my blackness. No, I can't let go. Sorry, kids, I cannot let go. I just can't. I can't let they come. Oh, no, Paul. You're brilliant, you're a genius, but you do the racial stuff. Oh. No, it's here and it's going to be here and it's not going nowhere. Just we have got to get back to Christ. I can't say Jesus because there's no J in the Hebrew language. We have got to get back to Christ. I can't say Jesus because there's no J in the Hebrew language. I hate to start shit, but that's the way it is. See, I thought I lost my magic. It's like that white couple that left tonight. It's Hollywood. It's where they are. They got up and they left. I was so happy to see. Because it's LA. Because they thought they were coming here to see Mickey Rooney. I thought you said we were going to come and see Mickey Rooney. They have to leave. It's great. And so they don't know how great it is that they have to leave. It's too black. You see, I'm glad they left too because race, it just proves my point that race means everything in America. It does. And it's the fucking end. It is, but I want you niggas to know your history. You got to know your history, and you got to know who we are. You have to know. See, it came on the History Channel, The Real Eve. If you missed it, it won't be rerunning. They DNA'd every race on this planet. It's not up for discussion. It's what the white folks did. And that white man that invented DNA, he's dead somewhere in the desert. Because DNA was supposed to put niggas in jail, not release them. There were many niggas sent home because of DNA. They killed that white man. They beat his ass and left him in the desert. Invent this. But anyway, no, they DNA'd and they traced it back to one black woman in Africa. She is the mother of civilization. Unless you are Frankenstein or a clone, she's your goddamn mama. They did a whole thing. They traced all of it. It took, white people come from us. It took niggas 25,000 years to turn white. So white people had to go, they had to come home. They had to go to Africa. They actually have been hating themselves all this time. Because see, nobody hates like family. There's not a person in this room, I don't care, white or black, that don't have nigger blood. Because of slavery. It's the truth. It's because of fucking slavery. It's the way it is. People, oh no, we would never, and who was that Jefferson trying to make it like it was just him? What was his little mistress's name he had on the babies? Said she was half sister to his wife. Some Jerry Springer shit. People hate to hear that reality. Really? Was she? Oh yeah, reality is a bitch. It's a bitch. See, Middle East and all this old bullshit, it's all bullshit. I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of the fucking Chinese. That's who I'm scared of. They're like roaches. There's too many of them motherfuckers. And there's a Chinatown in every state in America. Half their army's already here. Don't start no shit, it won't be none. And we won't be rounding them up the way we did the little Japanese, put them in camps. Them little Bruce Lee motherfuckers can fight. And they killed Bruce Lee because he told the Chinese secrets to white folks. You tell the secrets, they get you. And then his son, Brandon Lee, they killed him. Fake gun talking about a real bullet. That don't even make sense. Here's a blank gun and it's a real bullet in it. That's a hit. They killed Brandon Lee, they killed Bruce Lee. No, I'm just trying to deal with this shit. I want to get back to the real Eve and said know your history because I want us to know who we are and what we're about. Why do the white folks hate the Indians so much? It ain't but two of bluff. Why do they hate them? Because remember, there used to be 10, remember, used to be 10 little Indians, remember it was 10 little Indians? Oh, now you, 1 little, 2 little, 2 little, 1 little, you can't count to 10 now. I know you saw the anti-Indian commercials here. This was the white folks. And they had niggas, everybody else doing it too. The Indians, they made over $180 million this year. They're not paying taxes. I didn't vote for that. They showed this shit every 15 fucking minutes. You see it? And I said, why don't they let the Indians make their commercial? The white folks stole our land. They're not paying rent. I didn't vote for that. Show that every 15 fucking minutes. Show that every 15 fucking minutes. Show that. They don't want to do that. My Indian friends told me don't sign nothing till you talk to us. Because I'm from Louisiana, I went to the reservation to tell the Indians. They said, well, we tried to tell you. That Louisiana shit was deep, wasn't it? We won't even take care of our own. America ought to be ashamed of itself. And niggas went crazy. Niggas went crazy. I saw niggas still in flat TVs underwater. Aqua niggas. Nigga, what are you doing with a flat TV? You have nowhere to plug it in. What are you doing? It's fucking crazy. That's why you know it's the end of the goddamn world. This shit is sick. I want to bring you back to reality. Because you're probably all Scientologists anyway. Oh, that's real. That's Hollywood. That's it. You motherfuckers. What's his name? He ain't even dead. He's out there on his yacht. Hubbard or whatever his name is. No, it's the truth. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I just found out, I'm naive. I didn't know there was nigger Scientologists. I thought it was white folks that were bored and had money. Niggers are Scientologists, bro. Isaac Hayes, Forrest Whitaker. That shit freaked me out. Niggas, because they believe in something called Theta. They're waiting on some spaceship. The slave ship gonna get them niggas. No, but it's weird. But I'm gonna tell you how weird it is, and I don't care. It's probably half of you are anyway, because you hear comics. I'm the only one bold enough to talk about them, because they're like the Gestapo. Could be anybody. You hear comics talk about Jews. You talk about Jehovah's Witnesses. They make all the jokes. You see TV. They never get into that. Because that South Park tried to get into it, and Isaac quit, and that little boy running around, he got mad. What was his name? They fucking on the place. Everybody's so scared, don't want to say that. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck if the whole room is full of stuff. I'm talking about this shit. This shit is wild. This shit is crazy. I'm going to tell you why. Whether you believe it or not, that fucking 10 Commandments knows man. It takes his foot and gets in man's ass. Thou shalt not kill, covet, fuck your neighbor's wife. All the old bills said, don't steal. No, it puts its foot in man's ass. And man goes, wait a minute, this is too tight. I got to get some other shit so I can be me. It's the truth. And that's why they want to get with Buddha, Huda, Duda, all other kind of shit. This shit ain't 100 years old. Whether you believe in Jesus or not and all that stuff, that shit is 2,000 years old. Look, a new broom can sweep the floor, but an old broom knows where the dirt is. Always know that. And it's from my heart. I'm glad you guys came. I'm not stupid. I know that we're all under the same umbrella. Because I go outside and I see that moon. That moon, you might want, we all have our choices. 3 green ones, 5 red ones. You ain't getting but one. And it's the moon that's in China, Africa, and everywhere else, okay? And so is the sun. We're all under the same umbrella.
But say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, you know? Yeah. Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint. And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim. It just seems to me, that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that? That's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls, major malls and mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful, one big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. True, lasting American value that's left. Buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. And you say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there, it's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it. Something else I don't understand, motivation tapes, motivation books. What happened here? Suddenly everybody needs to be motivated? It's a fairly simple thing. Either you want to do something or you don't. What's the big mystery? Besides, if you're motivated enough to go to the store to buy a motivation book, aren't you motivated enough to do that? So you don't need the book. Put it back. Tell the clerk, fuck you, I'm motivated, I'm going home. I'm going home. I noticed I don't complain about politicians. Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck. Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here, like the public. Yeah, the public sucks. There's a nice campaign slogan for somebody. The public sucks. Fuck hope. Fuck hope. Because if it's really just the fault of these politicians, then where are all the other bright people of conscience? Where are all the bright, honest, intelligent Americans ready to step in and save the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that in this country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, taking his credit card out of his fanny pack and buying a pair of sneakers with lights in them. So I have solved this little political dilemma for myself in a very simple way. On election day, I stay home. I don't vote. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't vote. Two reasons I don't vote. First of all, it's meaningless. This country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago. The shit they shuffle around every 4 years doesn't mean a fucking thing. And secondly, I don't vote because I believe if you vote, you have no right to complain. People like to twist that around, I know. They say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. But where's the logic in that? If you vote and you elect dishonest, incompetent people and they get into office and screw everything up, well, you are responsible for what they have done. You caused the problem. You voted them in. You have no right to complain. I, on the other hand, who did not vote, who in fact did not even leave the house on election day, am in no way responsible for what these people have done and have every right to complain as loud as I want about the mess you created that I had nothing to do with. So I know that a little later on this year you're going to have another one of those really swell presidential elections that you like so much. You'll enjoy yourselves. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure as soon as the election is over, your country will improve immediately. As for me, I'll be home on that day doing essentially the same thing as you. The only difference is when I get finished masturbating, I'm going to have a little something to show for it, folks. Thank you very much.